Welcome folks, time for a Rochester carburetor. What you see before you is a, excuse me, a Dualjet, a Rochester Dualjet, used on a lot of Chevys and GM products. This particular video will also apply to the Quadrajet, which is the 4-barrel design of one of these. This is basically the front half of one of the Quadrajets. Now, this video is just a little trick I learned a number of years ago. It was a necessity thing for me. I had to have my vehicle going. It was a Chevy van with a 350 cubic inch in it, V8, and I was having bad hesitation problems, and I thought right away, geez, that sounds like the accelerator pump is shot, and I have to rebuild it and put a new accelerator pump piston in there. So this is basically what they look like. This one's actually out of a different carburetor, but that's what they basically look like. It's a stem and a rubber type of seal, if you will. And what happens is it travels up and down inside this front corner of the carburetor, and every time you actuate the gas, that actuates the stem on that accelerator pump. So every time you give it gas, it gives it a squirt of gas. Excuse me once again, another dry throat problem. Anyways, what I found, I thought about it, in some of the earlier accelerator pump materials, they were like a rubber, and they didn't really like oil or any kind of petroleum based product such as grease. So I thought, why not give it a try? I don't really have the time to rebuild this. This vehicle's got to be going every day, and I just don't have the time right at the moment. So what I thought, geez, that rubber seal on the end of that accelerator pump might not like some oil. So just for the heck of it, I tried it. I got my oil can full of motor oil and put a few drops and let it trickle down the stem and right down into where the plunger is, that rubber seal on the end of the accelerator pump. So tried it the next day, and next thing you know, it started getting a bit better. So it was to the point where I was adding oil to this shaft and letting it trickle down and getting into the accelerator pump cavity and softening it up, that steel. It first started about once a week. I had to add a few drops of oil, and that would keep the seal doing its thing, and you'd get the squirt coming out of the accelerator pump in there, and the hesitation was non-existent for quite a while. And then it got to the point where I had to do it every 2 or 3 days, just a few drops of oil. And I went on doing this for well over a year, as far as my memory serves me, and until I got around to having a weekend where I could rebuild the thing and do it properly. But this one is out of a late 70s, early 80s GM car, and if you have an older one, say right up until maybe even the early 80s, even the earlier ones might even have had a leather seal on that accelerator pump stem. Made of leather, they would naturally take to the oil and that, as long as they're not too damaged. Like you know, if it starts, if these pumps actually get a chip missing out of them, or they harden, they start breaking apart, then there's not much use. You have to rebuild it and put that new pump plunger in there, or at least the seal part of it. So that was my little trick that I learned. It was just sort of like one of those things where, let's give it a try, nothing to lose. So like I say, I'm sure it was well over a year I kept doing this. At first, like I say, once a week I put a few drops of oil down there, and once it took, lasted the longest time, a few months went by, and then geez, it's hesitating again. So I did it like twice a week, every 2 days kind of thing, and it kept me going for the longest time. So if you're having hesitation problems with your Rochester carburetor, give this a try. Unless it's got the newer material on here where it resists even ethanol and everything, the oil might not help you. But with the older style ones, if it's a rubber based thing, the oil will help make that seal swell up and actually give you your squirt for your accelerator pump there, and then you won't have the hesitation, at least until it comes time to get around to rebuilding the thing. So that was my little trick or tip for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a try if you're having these problems. It could be related to some other problem, but if it's the accelerator pump and it's the older style rubber on there, then this one will definitely keep you on the road for a while. Just make sure you don't have a big swimming pool of oil in there. Wipe it up with some paper towel and just let the oil go down the stem. Like if you let it puddle in here, that's I don't know, it's not the best thing to have on a hot engine. I don't think it would become flammable at any point in time, but still keep it clean. A few drops of oil there every now and again. And maybe leave a comment on this video, and if you tried it and it worked, or if it didn't work, let me know. like I say, if it's the older seal material, it could very well pick up that slack and swell it up so that you'll get your pump shot in there again and get rid of those hesitation issues when you just start to apply the throttle just lightly, like when you're normally driving. It actuates up and down, and you need that little squirt there, otherwise you get what they call a lean bog. The air gets shooting through there way too quick, and it needs some fuel added to it to make it work. It takes a while for the fuel to catch up to all that air rushing in there. So give it a try if that's what the issue is with your Rochester carburetor. All that said and done, take care, have yourself a nice day, and bye for now.